Hey now, what
What is
is up,
up?
everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I am joined by,
Teeny talking Tina.
and this is a movie commentary for Batman Begins. So if you want to watch along, you can set your Blu-ray like I have. It's at 0.00. And this is a drunk movie commentary, so we're gonna get some interesting insight, if you know what I mean. We're gonna have some fun. So here we go. And three, two, one. All right.
Black and white.
Yes, that's how you know it's serious. Uh, so we see the WB logo. This is very interesting. The
Still
last
no Bugs Bunny.
no Bugs Bunny. No, this movie is too dark for that.
Yeah.
I actually like this. This is the first time we've seen a DC logo before a DC movie. At least the first time I noticed it. Um, and here we have the bats. The bats forming the bat symbol. That's just a very cool way to start a Batman movie. And this is very interesting because the last Batman movie that we did a commentary on was the last movie that was done, Batman and Robin. Very different type of movie, very goofy, very dumb,
Cheesy.
cheesy, over the top, and almost damn near ruined the franchise.
Overacting.
Overacting. It's just, yes, the list goes on and on. So to see 8 years later, we got this Batman movie. This is a
This
complete.
is, what is it, a remake? Right?
Well, this is
Or is it a reboot?
a reboot because remake, I mean, Batman, if you remade the first Batman, it would be Batman and the Joker, right? This is just a reimagining, a retelling of Batman's origin. As of right now, we just saw Bruce Wayne fall into a sewer, or well, or whatever it is, and he's about to get the bats. This is my origin of Batman. This is what I think of when I think of Batman's origin. Is all of this right here?
This would terrify the crap out of me.
Oh, being attacked by bats? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And we just see Christian Bale right now. He's waking up. I don't know if it was a
Because
dream
it
or
was
if it was a flashback.
traumatizing. He's having PTSD in his dreams.
Sure, he said nightmare. I love that. Christian Bale, like you guys have heard me say before, is my favorite Batman. And I know it's been a while since you've seen this movie. I hope rewatching it now, it will remind you just how good Christian Bale is. He's in like a prison right now. So we will find out why.
This is how it starts?
This is how it starts. Yeah, it starts with like we go back and forth between time. Christopher Nolan likes to do this in a few of his movies where we start out in one place and then we go backwards to tell some story and then we come back.
Gross.
Well, yeah, it's gross. It's breakfast. Now this guy is trying to start trouble with Bruce Wayne because why not, right? He throws in a punch.
Probably racist.
Well, yeah, right.
He's like what is he? Hawaiian, Latina.
I assume this is Japan, isn't it? Isn't this all Asian guys? Yeah, okay, and yeah, Bruce Wayne just kicked his ass. Now everybody's trying to jump him. This is very cool. I like the way he just throws back and knocks everybody over. Now they're fighting in the mud. Yeah, he's fighting like
'Cause
5 or 6
he's the
guys by
only
himself.
White guy. This is racism.
Of course. Hey, maybe this is how some.
Those short Asian guys are angry about something. Always angry about something.
See, this is to show that.
Before mud wrestling
I know, right?
with chicks.
I like this part. For protection. I don't need protection. Protection for them. It's like, look, 6 or 7 guys right there knocked out. So
One guy.
one guy just took them all out. Now, mind you, Bruce Wayne is at a point where he can fight, but he doesn't have the techniques.
Liam Nielsen.
Or Neeson.
Neeson.
Liam
Whatever.
Neeson.
Taken. I will find you. No.
Which is funny
Did he
because
find him? He's gonna kill him.
His character's name is Henry Ducard, and he is here because he knows who Bruce Wayne is. He knows that he really doesn't belong there, right? So yeah, this was interesting. You had them establish that Bruce Wayne at this point could fight, but he didn't have the skills. He didn't have the techniques that a Batman would potentially need one day. And okay, yeah,
There's always room for improvement.
we're talking about that's true. We're talking about Ra's al Ghul right now in the League of Assassins or League of Shadows, as this movie changed it to League of Shadows, but it's fine.
So is he Raj Al Ghul?
Liam Neeson?
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be a twist. Right now, he just said he's Henry Descartes.
Later
Later on,
ruin the movie.
well, I mean,
I've only seen this once.
you've seen it, so it seems like you remember that, right? Do you remember that?
It was foreshadowing. No, it's just in the animated series. He's got like the same
Right. Although,
mustache.
and right, in the comic books and the animated series, though, he's not white. He's like of Middle Eastern descent, right? So they casted a white guy, I think, to throw you off. I think. Plus, people know Liam Neeson, so I think that like when he says that he's just Henry Descartes, I guess you're supposed to buy it. All of the marketing too didn't reveal that he's Ra's al Ghul. You know what I mean? Like they kept that a secret.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Well, hopefully you guys have seen this movie by now. Even if you haven't seen it by now, if this is your first time watching Batman Begins, what the hell is wrong with you? You should have seen this movie over and over again. I know people who say
Don't say that.
No, because I know people who say that this is their favorite Batman movie of all time. Mine is The Dark Knight, but I can fully understand why people would say it's Batman Begins, especially because this is a Batman movie that is truly about Batman, the character, Bruce Wayne, the man, right? Yes, it's his origin, but it's also just about psychologically what this guy had to go through in order to become the hero that he's supposed to become. I wonder if this flower is real. I always wondered that. We should go hiking.
Where he is?
Wherever he is, yeah.
Just to see if that flower is real?
Just to see if that flower is real. And then we could take it and...
It looks pretty dangerous.
It does. Oh, see, only few men have been able to climb this mountain and make it as far as he does. See, he's telling him he should go back. But
he's not
determined.
Saying why.
No, of course. I mean, I don't even know. Like, does that guy know what goes on up there in the mountains, or is it just something where they know they're not supposed to go up there? See, this is something that even Michael Keaton talked about how in his third Batman movie, which never happened, but it was supposed to happen, Keaton talked about how originally they were supposed to get into the origins of Batman, Bruce Wayne, the training. He said it was going to be very similar to what's in this movie. And it makes me wonder, like, what would a Michael Keaton third Batman movie be like if they had shown him training and him going through that, right? Because his movie only shows the origin of his parents getting killed. It doesn't show any of the training or anything. So that's interesting that Michael Keaton was interested in telling that story as well.
Look at a lot more with Place Beyond.
Yeah, Batman Beyond that. I'm begging for that to happen. Please, Warner Brothers, DC, anybody who can hear this, let's make a Michael Keaton Batman Beyond movie. I don't care who you cast as Terry McGinnis.
You just said Ra's al Ghul.
Right. So we're supposed to think that Asian guy, Ken Watanabe, we're supposed to think he's Ra's al Ghul. Which is a good twist. I remember when I first saw this movie, I just said, okay, that makes sense, I guess, right? He brought the flower. I wonder, like, what would have happened if the flower got destroyed or got crushed, or if he had dropped it. There is a reason why he wanted this flower, though. You'll find that out in a minute. So I guess he needed the flower for this. He's speaking a different language, but we're not supposed to know what he's saying. You must first master your own. Are you ready to begin? And he says, I can barely stand. And this is the type of lessons that Bruce Wayne, Batman, learns right? Like you can't. Oh, here we go. See, he knows some of his previous training. Oh,
So who is he afraid of?
tell us, Mr. Wayne, what do you fear? Christopher Nolan is one of the greatest directors of all time. For me, I will always credit him, and I will always speak his name. Here we go. We have another flashback of Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's father, saving him from the well there. But yeah, Christopher Nolan, he rejuvenated so much into the Batman character. I credit him for making Batman.
Alfred.
Yes, as Alfred, my favorite Alfred, Michael Caine.
But continue. You credited.
I credit Christopher Nolan for making Batman cool again, for making Batman relevant again. Nobody really was talking about Batman, at least not in the public eye like they used to. The Batman and Robin movie just really made Batman look like a joke. And so I when I first saw this movie, I just couldn't believe
Not
that.
the 60s.
Well,
The 60s didn't make Batman look like a joke.
it did, but the problem with the '60s show is that was a lot of people's first exposure to Batman, right? So some people just thought, well, that's what it is. That's like my mom.
Not if they read the comics.
Right, but the people who read the comics knew it could be darker, knew it could be serious. So that's why when Tim Burton made the movies, they were like, finally, we got something darker. But then it turned into a joke again, right? Joel Schumacher brought it back to being a joke. And so there was so many people who were trying to make another Batman movie, trying to make it more serious. Even Joel Schumacher was going to try to make another Batman movie with George Clooney called Batman Triumphant, but that never got off the ground. There was other directors who wanted to do a Batman Year One story or Batman origin movies, and it never happened until Christopher Nolan. And I think you had enough time in between films to warrant a reboot, and you had the right director to come in. Nolan is a very serious director, a very serious guy. When I see him get interviews, he's a really serious dude. So him being interested in a Batman movie at all is I still can't believe it happened. I still can't believe Nolan wanted to do a Batman movie. He clearly wanted to go for a gritty and realistic, very grounded Batman, and that's cool with me. Some people don't like the fact that this Batman is this realistic because it's not traditional, it's not comic book Batman, but I still think it's true enough to the character. I think it's what I want to see as far as just storytelling goes. Changes here and there are fine for me if the story is still interesting, if the story is still good. Yeah, right. So it depends, right? Some people have Bruce Wayne and his parents at the movie theater seeing Zorro, or it's at a play at an opera, and he's gonna get freaked out by the
It's at the
bats.
theater. It wasn't specified. It's just
Well, no,
the
but like
theater.
some things have to be like a movie theater, like you know.
Was there movie theaters?
It just depends on which version. Like the Ben Affleck Batman, I forget if that was a movie theater, but the Bruce Wayne from Joker, they're coming out of a movie theater. You know what I mean? It just see, and his father covers him and says that it was really him who wanted to leave. And this sucks because Bruce Wayne's going to blame himself for being the reason why they left and the reason why this happens.
Dead.
This is Joe Chill, by the way. In the comic books, Joe Chill is the guy who kills Bruce Wayne's parents, which is why
it's not the Joker.
it's not the Joker, no. Which is why I like this. I like that it's a random criminal because it feeds into why Batman. There he goes. This is his father. Shot. And then mother gone. And he just runs off.
That's terrible.
It is.
I think it happened kind of fast. It could have been more dramatic.
Well, mind you, this is a flashback, or this is like a, what I mean, we're going back in time. We're not
I
seeing
know.
it in real time. Do you know what I
It
mean?
still could be more dramatic. He's a child, for Christ's sake. He's seeing his parents die. It's gotta be more dramatic than that.
I think this is pretty dramatic. Like that shot right
Yeah,
there of
that's
his,
dramatic.
and then the last words his father says to him is "Don't be afraid."
I think
That's
they were shot pretty quickly. Like boom, boom, and then he's gone. All the other movies are not like that. They're all dragged out. And then
there
they
we
all
go.
point to him.
Officer Gordon, way before he was a lieutenant or a commissioner or anything. Gordon is the first cop to talk to Bruce Wayne and sort of comfort him. I do like this. This, supposedly, this was in the script for Tim Burton's Batman, where Gordon was supposed to be the guy, the cop that comforts a young Bruce Wayne, but they never shot it. So I don't know if Nolan knew that and just
Long
took
way
that.
from the Fifth Element.
Yeah, Gary Oldman, I love him as Gordon. I love Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon, or just Gordon in general. Okay, yeah, they found the guy who killed his parents, and then we're gonna jump ahead now. Oh wait, no, we have to do the funeral. Right. The funeral. This is where we see Alfred with Bruce. Look at all these people coming out to.
In the comic books, did they get him?
In the
Is
comic books.
Are they staying true to the comic books?
Well, it's never really important as to what happens to the guy that killed his parents. Like it's never really, you know what I mean? Like usually when we see what happens to his parents, it's a flashback, so we never
I know
really
it
get
always
into it.
changes, but I'm just curious as to.
I've never known us to address what happens to the guy who killed his parents. I've never read a story where they talked about that. Usually it's just we just see a flashback and see that somebody did it, but we never really go much more than that. I love this moment. This is how you know that Alfred's going to be there for him. So he blames himself. This is probably the.
Oh,
Uh,
so sad.
and this
He's
is
still not Alfred though.
no. This is my Alfred right here.
But you can know.
Why you prefer the Tim Burton Alfred?
Yes.
Michael Goff?
The one who did the Coke commercials.
That's true. We did see a lot of that.
And then
I just
the
like
cartoon
the
Alfred.
animated Alfred
Then
from
there's Michael
the animated
Caine.
series. Well, Michael Caine, I like what he's like. They wrote him to do a lot, you know. Like he feels like somebody that took care of Bruce, but also is his peer, also helps him when he's Batman. So I just feel like you get a lot more of Alfred in that role. Whereas the, the Michael Keaton movies, that Alfred is so old that he doesn't really do a lot. You know, this is crazy. Christian Bale, um, a year before this movie, did a movie called The Machinist, where he is deathly thin. I mean, it's kind of gross how thin he is. You can see his bones protruding from his
Yeah,
back
he's a
and
method
ribs.
actor.
And then just a year later, he puts on like 150 pounds of muscle to do this. I don't know how your body is capable of that. I don't know how many years of his life he's probably taken off from constantly doing this to himself. But yeah, you're right. He's a method actor. He.
That's why he's crazy. And
I
he
think
throws
I think
tantrums because he's throwing.
I think the best actors are crazy because I think the best actors, for them to channel these characters that they play, for them to change from movie to movie, truly change, I think they have to be a little crazy. I think they have to be a little off. I think every movie probably takes something out of an actor like Christian Bale, right? Or the other actors, great actors who have done this. And this is a great, like, the cinematography too for this movie is great. Like, look at how nice this all looks. This whole ice. And he just won't give up. That's Bruce Wayne's thing, is that he won't stay down. He won't give up.
It's like my mother. You're gonna have to kill her if you want to keep her down.
So now, like, yeah, Ross is trying to Roz is trying to get to his emotion. I say Roz. I should say Henry Descartes. Sorry. Shouldn't call him Roz yet.
Yeah, stop it.
I'm giving stuff away. See? He thinks he's won. See, he didn't watch his surroundings. I always wonder that too. Like the next time I'm cold, I want to just rub my chest and see if that like keeps me warm. This is a moment where we get a little bit of his backstory.
Who taught him all this crap?
Who taught Liam Neeson?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
must have had one like tormented life.
Well, he talks about how he lost the woman that he loves. See, once he had a wife, but she was taken away from her, and that's just one line. Something that drove him to where he is, right? We get more of this in The Dark Knight Rises. They show flashbacks of young Liam Neeson and like this woman he's talking about and what happens. We get more of that in Dark Knight Rises, which is cool. It makes Dark Knight Rises feel more like a sequel to Batman Begins than it even does The Dark Knight. All right, so here's another flashback of this is college Bruce Wayne.
I want to look at his hair.
Yeah, you can tell he. It's a big house. He doesn't want to stay in his parents' room, which makes sense. See, Bruce doesn't feel comfortable living in this house. Wow. We are getting sucked into this movie because that's how good it is. It's very interesting. Yeah. The dialogue is very interesting. So.
And Alfred just put him in his place.
Well, right, because Bruce Wayne was talking back to him, saying, "Why do you care about this house? It's not your family." And Alfred sort of schooling
like
him.
Shitty kid says to a step parent.
Right, and Alfred had to school him on like why this house is important. Never. That's something that comes back. Now let me ask you this question: what do you think of this Rachel, as compared to the Dark Knight Rachel? Obviously, she was recasted in the Dark Knight.
I don't know.
In this original movie, like, okay, here's a moment with him and his father.
I feel like when I first saw it, I was angry, but then when I saw her performance, I wasn't.
Are you talking about Katie Holmes? So you mean like, oh, he just found his father's gun. Fully loaded.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, see, this too, there she is. So this is Katie Holmes as Rachel. Some people don't like her. Like, they don't think she's a good actress. And
they kind of look alike.
And they don't. You think they look alike? That's kind of creepy.
They kind of look alike. They have the same features.
I like the idea of Rachel being a childhood friend of Bruce, because we've never seen a Batman thing where a love interest has been somebody that he's known for years and years. So it makes her stand out. It makes her different.
Why wasn't she in the second one?
Well, I don't think she ever said this publicly, but at the time she was with Tom Cruise.
Oh, and he didn't let her do
He didn't want her, right. He didn't want her to do another movie with Christian. Like, they already did the one, and then he didn't want her to, like, do another one with him. At least that's what I assume, because instead of coming back to do The Dark Knight, she did this movie called One for the Money. Came out the same year. It's with her, Queen Latifah, and Diane Keaton. and it's just it's a whatever movie, you know. It's just like you turned down The Dark Knight to do that movie. I mean, it's clearly because of, you know, her being the romantic interest of not only Bruce Wayne but also Aaron Eckhart in the Dark Knight, right? She has two guys that she's going back and forth between in that movie. So supposedly, yeah, Tom Cruise. At least that's what I've heard, and I believe it. Which sucks because they're not even together anymore. So at the end of the day, it's like
She missed out.
she missed out on being in.
Like a girl that stayed to a community college, she should have gone to an Ivy League to stay home with a high school boyfriend.
Sure. You sound like you're speaking from experience, but yes, something along those lines.
No.
No, just a story you've heard before.
Seen
Now,
in a lot of movies.
right. Oh, now Bruce Wayne, he specifically went to this court. Not to.
That's the guy who killed his parents.
Right. So he went here not to testify against him, which is what he could have done. He came here to kill him. Which is interesting to see Bruce Wayne at a point in his life where he is about to kill this guy. He wants to kill him. This could have been a moment that would have changed Bruce Wayne forever if he went through with this. Instead, though, somebody else came up and just killed him. He just watched somebody else kill the guy that he wanted to kill. Yeah, so you find out that this was all an inside job. The judge is being paid off by Carmine Falcone, and that they wanted to have this guy killed, or at least create the opportunity for him to get killed. And I do like that Rachel is very much against the idea of revenge and killing, and she believes in the system, and Bruce Wayne's not at that point right now, and so. And I do like Katie Holmes. I like Maggie Gyllenhaal also, so I can't say I like one more than the other, but it just sucks that we didn't get consistency because she's the only actress or actor that is, you know, doesn't come back for the other movies. Literally every other actor is all the way through.
Well, except for Maggie. She dies.
Well, no, but that would have been Katie Holmes, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then this scene, the very first time I saw this scene like. Oh, here we go. Not this scene yet. He's gonna tell her that he was gonna kill Joe Chill, and her reaction is pretty priceless. Like, fuck your thoughts.
Wow.
She's pissed. And she's right. His father would be ashamed. So here's the moment where he makes the conscious effort to never use a gun or never
Like,
try to do something like that again. Right?
A gun
represents, right, like everything bad, you know. So right, okay, this is the scene I was talking about. When I saw this, when he goes to meet with Carmine Falcone, this scene made me go like, whoa, all right, this is a different type of Batman film. Because this isn't like a super villain. This isn't a guy with powers. This is just a guy who is running the city, you know? And this actor, too, Tom Wilkinson, really sells it. He has these cops paid, the judge paid off. He says he could literally just kill him right here in front of everybody and nothing will happen. And then, yeah, he tells him that he could have everybody he knows and loves killed.
It's terrible.
It's scary.
He's trying to scare him,
Well,
but he's just like, I
no,
don't care.
but this is what sets Bruce Wayne in a path where he goes, all right, well, you know what? I can't go and do this stuff as Bruce Wayne, right? Like I can't go and meet this guy, or I can't go and like do anything as him. He has to. That's why he creates the secret identity. That's why he wears a mask. That's why he uses the fear on other people. Oh. Oh, this is terrible. Ugh. Ugh.
But he didn't.
He didn't. No, he didn't. Of course, but he's saying that to fuck with him. He just said that Falcone said to Bruce Wayne that Joe Chill told him that his father begged before he died, and it's bullshit. But you know, this is he's throwing away everything. He's giving him his wallet or his money. He's gonna give him his jacket, and he's gonna take off. It's a nice coat. How much money did he just give him? That guy just lucked out, huh? And then this is when because he's hearing the ship, and he's about to leave. And that's how he ended up in Japan. He wanted to get into the mindset of a criminal, or and this is crazy if you think about it, right? Like Bruce Wayne had to learn how to be a criminal before he ever became Batman. Tell that to the guy who owned these, Bruce Wayne. That's pretty funny. All right, so that's how he ended up at this prison. That's how we got here. And the reason why he needed the blue flower was because he's gonna crush it up
And make some drugs.
you pretty much, yeah. This is where the Scarecrow gets his fear toxins from. It's the same stuff that he's using from this flower. He just made a hallucinogen. It's a very small dose compared to what Scarecrow will use, but it's the same effect.
Freaking, it's a step up from shrooms, flowers.
Right, it's pretty much right. It's pretty much it's, and so he's supposed to bring out what you're afraid of, right? And then he's trying to teach him to conquer it. Again, this is why I love this movie, because it's very psychological. It's very much like you have to get in this mindset to be Batman. It's not easy. Look at this.
It's creepy.
Plus, well, yeah, the drug effect, yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, like, you can't tell me that Christian Bale didn't physically go through probably the most to play Batman. You know, you could argue that Ben Affleck got into crazy shape to play Batman for Batman vs Superman, but then let's be honest, he was pretty out of shape for Justice League. He kind of gave up training and all that stuff. So Christian Bale just kind of went to a different level here. I mean, this might be the biggest that he's in all three movies, is this first film.
This must be really trippy to see in 3D.
Yeah, probably. I didn't see it in 3D, but And I like that we finally got to see a movie where Bruce Wayne is being trained by the League of Shadows. I think that's something that has been talked about in the comic books. It's been hinted at in other mediums, but this is the first time, especially on film, that we're seeing it. So I love that as well. Now, this box is supposed to just whatever you're afraid of is going to come out.
Pandora's.
Right. Like, so obviously, like,
He's afraid of
this isn't
bats.
real. Yeah. Like, he's just seeing it. But it's still very cool. Um, and the score of this movie, the score is by Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard. I have the score on my iPod, and whenever I hear this song, especially during this scene, I just think about how like how tense it is. Very cool. So this is smart, right? So he just got his arm cut, so now he's cutting a bunch of other people's arms. I didn't. Or I haven't. Nice. He created a decoy. And it's so weird to see Ken Watanabe in this movie as Ra's al Ghul, or at least the the decoy Ra's al Ghul, because he's been in a bunch of movies since. He's in Inception. He's in the Godzilla movies. Um, but here we go. Here's the one thing that Bruce Wayne draws the line on, and this is why he's my Batman, my Bruce Wayne. They want him to
kill him?
yes, they want him to execute him. See, they want him to be heartless. They want him to just be like an assassin. See, and this is something that I think not enough people who write Batman understand why this is important. Why he can't just be so freely killing people. It's just, and this is where he hears that they want to go to Gotham and destroy the city to rebuild it. They think Gotham is too far gone, it's too corrupted, it's too ridden with crime, which they're probably not too far off. Maybe Gotham is too
It's New York City on crack.
kind of, yeah, right. Yeah, if you think about it. Maybe Gotham is too far gone, but I like that Bruce Wayne, I like that Batman at least feels like he has to try to save it in another way. And that's what I mean by I think Chris Nolan gets Batman on a completely different level than most people do nowadays. See, he always had the plan to go back to Gotham and to make changes. It takes, I believe, he's gone for 7 years.
Do they say that? How long he's been
Well,
gone?
they say that in the comic books. I don't remember if they say in this movie how long he's been gone for. It's definitely been between 5 and 7 years. Is he gonna do it? Oh no, of course not. See, and now he knows he can't let these people come to Gotham and destroy it. So, and of course, now the League of Assassins, League of Shadows, are gonna look at Bruce Wayne as a traitor and somebody who just destroyed everything that they have. And this is how he creates an enemy out of Ra's al Ghul, which I like.
Because he doesn't want to kill anybody.
Right, right, yeah. This is something that um, because the animated series did something similar where like Ra's al Ghul wants Batman to become his successor, and Batman doesn't want to, and so that's sort of their push and pull. But this is pretty interesting too. You know, Bruce Wayne doesn't want to kill. He doesn't want them to destroy Gotham, and oh, and there goes fake Ra's.
But he didn't mean to kill him, so
No, he didn't. Right, so that's why, yeah, like you gotta keep track of like you know, people will die in this movie, but it's not like Batman shooting at them or blowing things up with them in it. Like if people
so,
die,
but his explosions are killing people, so technically he is killing
he
people.
did not kill these people.
No, the explosions that he just made.
Well, they could have left. No one told them to just sit around and stand there and like. They could have left. They could have been like, "Oh shit! Well, all right, everything's falling down. All right, let's leave." See, and then look at he goes out of his way to save Liam Neeson. Look at that. He didn't have to do that. He saved him. Saved his life. And that's a pretty cool stunt. And to be fair, we only saw one guy die. Right? We don't know if everybody else in there died. Oh, how much upper body strength does it take to lift this guy up like that, right? Dead weight. And then he carries him down the mountain. And then he's going to leave him at this village. And we will see that obviously this comes back to bite him, saving the real Ra's al Ghul. But obviously he did what he could to save him. And here is Alfred. He's been gone a long time. See, I don't know if they ever say exactly how long. I just...
How did he get in contact with them?
I don't know. Could he call him from a payphone or something? I don't know. He can't call him.
What payphone?
I mean, he can't find a payphone in Japan. I don't know. I don't know. We see. Maybe they do say how long he was gone for, because
you're hell bent on 7 years.
Well, because Alfred says something about he had him declared dead because of how long he was gone for. He might say exactly how long. All right, he's talking about the symbol that he wants to become. And I like how at this point he doesn't know what symbol or what he wants to become yet. He wants to pretend, yeah. See, yeah. 7 years, yeah. See, you've been gone 7 years. That's what it is. So they do say it.
So you're right.
Of course I was right. When it comes to Batman stuff, come on. Come on, Alfred's great. That's true.
He took the rolls out for a drive.
Well, no. Okay, so because Bruce Wayne was declared dead, everything was left to Alfred. All like, so Alfred is joking about that you can have the car if you want, but just make sure it's back with a full tank of gas. Like he's trying to joke that like technically Alfred owns everything. All right, so here is Jonathan Crane, played by Cillian Murphy or Cillian Murphy, depending on how you pronounce his name. I say Cillian Murphy. First movie I saw Cillian Murphy in was 28 Days Later. Really good movie.
I was just thinking of that, looking at him.
Yeah. But I like him as Jonathan Crane. He plays like, you can buy that maybe he's a doctor type, but also you see that there's a darkness to him. We see it a lot more later on too. Some people don't buy Katie Holmes as a lawyer or attorney, but whatever. I don't know how long after Dawson's Creek this was. Was it? What year did Dawson's Creek end? Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it like that.
I didn't watch it at all.
Some people thought she was too young to play this, and I think that's why some people, between her acting and her age, I think some people just didn't think she was right for this role. But I think she's fine. So, all right, yeah, Bruce Wayne is looking at certain people that he can maybe get in contact with. He's hearing a bat. This is cool. This reminds me of one of my old houses. There was a bat flying around just like this, and we actually had to kill it with a broom because we had a chimney, and the bat got into the house through the chimney. Like, it was just kind of like there was like a nest, I think, up there. We had to block off the chimney and like do something. So whenever I see this scene here, I always think about like, hey, maybe that was my destiny to like become Batman. Maybe that was a sign. Yeah, I had to find the source and find the Batcave. I do like this explanation though of the Batcave, right? This is the same place where he fell as a kid, and then he realizes, well, that's where the bats came from, right? So he goes inside there, and he discovers this whole underground cave. It's pretty awesome because this looks realistic, you know. Because in the other movies and the cartoon, you wonder like, does he build this Batcave, or like how much of this is built versus what was already there? Where this is like already there. He's gonna bring a computer down there, sure, and he's gonna bring like his suit and stuff. But I like the waterfall look to it. I just like how this Batcave looks, and I also like this moment too when he fully embraces his fear. He fully becomes like what he's afraid of, you know. This is something that I remember in the teaser trailer to Dark Knight Rises. They re-showed this scene or this moment when he just sort of becomes one with the bats, and very cool. He's no longer afraid though. He's no longer afraid of bats. He's look at all these bats though. Yeah, it's a lot.
What if they eat his flesh? That's disgusting.
That would suck. All right, so here we go. Crane is working with Carmine, of course. But who he's working for, that's where, yes. Do you know who Scarecrow is working for?
No.
Oh, okay. See, I won't reveal this stuff to you because, well, you know, I'll leave some surprises for you. And yeah, she can't be bought off. Yeah, so we're basically gonna have her. I don't know if they're gonna get her like roughed up, or they're gonna scare her, or if they're gonna try to kill her.
Probably all of the above.
Maybe.
Looks like John Voight.
Oh, this guy?
From the angle, it kind of looked like John Voight for a second. I know it's not.
Yeah, no, that actor, believe he passed away recently. This actor. She's like, what? Of course, because everybody thinks Bruce Wayne's dead, right? Yeah, this is Rutger Hauer, by the way, this actor. He probably best known for Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner. He was also, obviously, this movie, but he was in Smallville. He's in a bunch of stuff. I can't tell if she's dating this guy. I mean, maybe it's just her boss. I don't know. But for some reason, I always thought like maybe they were dating or something.
No, she's in love with Bruce.
Is she though? I don't know. But yeah, she just found out that he's still alive. It's funny when I see him wearing this suit, I just think of American Psycho. American Psycho, another insane but great movie. Morgan Freeman, Lucius Fox, or as Alfred calls him, Lucius Fox. I like these moments of there's something about Morgan Freeman in the way how he very friendly but very like trusting.
How did they get Morgan Freeman to do this?
How did they get? Well, I mean, Morgan Freeman, to be fair, has been in some shitty movies as well. So, I mean, he's a great actor, but
Want to be in Batman?
yeah,
Sure. Well, to tell you the truth,
I've seen him in some movies where I'm like, why are you in this? So the fact that he, you get Christopher Nolan and
saves his money.
I mean, hey, I'm sure some movies are just a paycheck for him, right? There we go. That's a cool looking suit right there. And it's also one of these things where like I never thought I wanted to see all of this stuff of where Batman, it's like when Jack Nicholson's Joker says in Batman 89, where does he get those wonderful toys? Well, this movie tells us how he got these wonderful toys, and I never thought I wanted to see it until they gave it to me. Spelunking. Yeah. And I like how he knows he's full of shit, but he's gonna go along with it. All of this is yours anyways. It's true. This is great too. You're seeing how he's setting up like lights and all this stuff in the cave. That's very cool. Look at all these bats. Look at that. Ugh. We find out that this cave was here because his ancestors used to get slaves out through the Underground Railroad. Yeah, there you go. His great great grandfather. So hey, that's good to know that Bruce Wayne's ancestors weren't racist and they helped out slaves, right? It's almost like his great great grandparents were vigilantes in their own era. And then, okay, here we go. He's gonna paint everything jet black. Is this exciting? We're seeing the creation of Batman. Come on, look at that. Look how cool that looks. And then
I'm more captivated because I'm trying to remember everything.
Oh.
Seeing it once when it first came out.
Right. Yeah. This movie was 2005. This is one of those movies that like I didn't know what to expect when I saw it, but seeing it, I was just like, wow, this is. Yeah. So they want to order the parts to make his mask, right? But they don't want to order just a few of them because it might be weird. So if they order like 10,000 of them, people won't be suspicious that it's being used for whatever. All right, so his Gordon and his partner Flask. Now,
who's dirty?
Yes, he's a dirty cop. In the comic books, there is a story where Flask is a dirty cop. I believe it's Batman Year One, and him and Gordon butt heads. So this was a cool reference here, at least. But yeah, like Gordon's like the one good cop, and Bruce Wayne never forgot that, right? Bruce Wayne always remembered that he was the one cop, the only cop that came up to him and tried to tell him it was going to be okay. Which is why he goes to him right now. And I like how he's using a stapler to pretend like it's a gun behind him. And a DA, yeah, there you go. See his stapler. Watch for my sign. Now we're two. We? And this is his first night out, so we don't have the cape and cowl yet.
Or the.
But yeah, look how crazy this is. He just fucking jumps off the roof. But he has no cape. He can't glide. He has no gadgets. This is where he learns. Trial by error. He's like, I need to do something else. Just some nut. So this is where he's like, all right, base jumping. See, I love this. And this is why I think movies today, you can't redo the origin of Batman again. Not after this, because you're not going to do better than this. So don't bother. That's why I think we never have to see another movie where his parents get killed, even though they still continue to do it.
What the hell is that?
This is what he's going to use as his cape. It's a fabric that is like when you use electricity to charge it, it gets out like that, like a parachute, which that explains how he glides with his cape. You know what I mean? Which is good. It gives you a realistic explanation for how Batman does all the crazy crap that Batman ends up doing. Oh, the tumbler? I think some people, either you're gonna love the tumbler because it's so big and massive and powerful looking, and I think it looks cool, or you're gonna have some people who are gonna complain that it's not the Batmobile and they don't like the fact that
It's not black.
well, not yet. This is the prototype, right? This is the one that the military was supposed to use. Also, I like the moment where Lucius says to him, "You know what? You don't have to tell me what you're doing all this for because when I'm asked, I don't have to lie." I like that too. It shows that Lucius isn't an idiot. He knows that he's doing something, but he's not asking questions. And then I remember this moment being in the trailer. Does it come in black? So that's, yeah, so now it's going to be black. See, so we see a Falcone paying off Flask. Makes you wonder just how much does this type of shit go on in real life? I don't think I want to know. Especially with our current president and the shit he has going on with Russia and stuff. But okay, let's not get into politics. I do like we see Bruce Wayne listening in to these conversations. So like Bruce Wayne is all over this, man. I mean,
There's no turning back now.
no, he's fully in it. And look at, so he just ordered that material that they got, the graphite.
And
It's too it's not like rubber. They break easily. So he's telling him the next batch that they're going to order, they're going to make it better. They're going to like change the way it's made. But the current ones that they have,
this belt.
there's the utility belt. Yep. My Batman cut. Look at this.
It looks like the Grinch.
This is batarangs. There you go. Why bats? And I love the idea that Bruce Wayne is afraid of bats, so that's why he became Batman, because he knew he could make other people afraid of it too. I love that. It's simple, but it makes sense and it works. And this is going to be the first time we see him as Batman. We are, I don't know how late into the movie we are, but what, like an hour maybe?
Oh,
And
I have no idea.
we're just now seeing Batman, or we're about to see him.
going to.
Yes, look at, they're smuggling drugs in these.
I don't want my daughter to have any of those.
Makes you wonder, right? How many of these stuffed animals accidentally have drugs in them? Oh, I love this too. I love the way, like, I know you said something earlier about the way how his parents getting shot, like, was shot too quick, or like it was too quick
Yeah, it's
cutting.
just like boom, boom, and then he
Right.
walked away.
Some people complain about that with this fight scene, that it's shot too quick. This is cool because this is like a horror movie. Like,
That was one.
if you're in the point of view of the criminals, it's like a horror movie, right? First thing I picked up when I first saw this is like, ooh, wow, this is a really cool way to show Batman taking out criminals. It almost makes me want to see Christopher Nolan do a horror movie,
It
because,
doesn't seem like it's going quick.
well, no, I'm talking about when we see him show up and fight people. This is just him taking people out
Oh, it
quickly.
has
Yeah.
to be quick because he's one guy and there's a bunch of them.
Nice. Look at the guy looking up. See, see, this is like a horror movie, and they're just hearing screams and they're hearing stuff. This is great.
I better check because he's a hot shit. He's a fat, like
Look.
sleazy, greasy,
Right? Boom.
dirty cop.
Look at that.
What
Batman's
the fuck
just.
is he gonna do?
Oh yeah, this is another moment that was in the trailer, too. I remember. Just hearing noises all over the place. I love this.
Freak.
Here. I love that. That was awesome. So, like, this is the quick cutting I was talking about. Some people don't like how you can't really see what he's doing. Like, it's just kind of, he shows up, boom, boom, boom. He's just taking guys out, but you can't see it. People complain about that. People are like, well, what the fuck? We can't see Batman, like, fighting, or we can't really see what's going on.
But yeah, I have to. Be
Right.
Quick.
I'm okay with it. You know, see, look, his driver's already knocked out. He already took care of that. Now, Flask gets away, right? Like, we saw him get in his car. He drove off. He doesn't, though, because his driver has already been knocked out. And then we just heard something on his roof. And this is that iconic moment. Yes. And then the hard mask just knocked him out. Hey, the same homeless guy with the same jacket. That's. Thanks.
It's all dirty and
Well,
broken.
because it's been 7 years. Yeah, he's probably haven't washed it or anything. He still keeps him warm though. That's a plus. But yeah, so I'm okay with that. But some people wanted to see more of the fighting and more of that type of stuff. I know that's why some people love the Ben Affleck warehouse scene in Batman vs Superman, where he takes out all those criminals, because you get to see it. I admit that's cool, but I do get what Nolan was going for with the quick cuts and, oh, okay, so here we go. So see, I can't tell if they're just trying to scare her or if they're about to kill her right now. I like how she thinks she scared them off. To kill her. All right, well, there you go. I think he looks great in the costume. I like this costume. They changed the costume in The Dark Knight, and they changed it because Christian Bale, he said that this mask was too constricting on his head, and it was too hard for him to move. He couldn't move his neck or anything, which Michael Keaton had the same problem. He couldn't move his neck because just, the cowl was very. So that's why in The Dark Knight, they put it in the story where he says to Lucius Fox, "I want to turn my head." So they gave a story reason for why they changed the suit. But that reason was also in real life. Christian Bale didn't like the first suit. And there's a symbol that he told him to. He said, "Look out for the symbol." There you go. I think this is where Gordon gets the idea to eventually make the bat symbol. And we finally caught Falcone, right? The guy who was untouchable, the guy who couldn't be, Batman made. Oh, I love this shot. This is a comic book shot. Just Batman on the edge of a building, looking out into the city. I
Not
love it.
caring if he falls or not.
Well, it just looks cool, right? Like you see Batman do that all the time.
How does it know it's a bat?
Well, I mean, you don't think he looks like a bat?
No, but how do they know? He was at a. Did the bad guy say it was a bat?
Probably. Right, like that thug that was in Batman '89. He's like, a giant bat, man. See, yeah, the the people said that they were attacked by a giant bat. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Look how big he is. Look at, like, this is the biggest I think Christian Bale has been, just like muscle wise. Polo. And this is where he gets the idea where he has to fake this Bruce Wayne public persona. He has to pretend like he's an asshole, like he's a rich, you know, to throw off anyone thinking that he could be Batman. So I love this as well. The animated series does this too, where he kind of puts on the persona in front of the public, but this movie really like jumps into it. And this is why I say this is the one area. Okay, well, first before we get that, where one of their weapons got stolen, or weapon, it's a microwave uh, emitter. It's supposed to like. There you go. So it is a weapon. Yeah, so all the water is now being vaporized and missing. Oh, look at this car. Now here we go. This is.
How does he find these bimbos?
I mean, it's probably not hard to just be like you can call a modeling agency and be like, I want 2 models to like have dinner with me tonight. Like not like I've ever done that before, but I assume that's how it works, right? See, and he plays up this playboy stuff very well. He plays douchey very well, and I think this is the one aspect of, because even though he's pretending to be like this, he is really listening to what people think about what Batman's doing. Whoops, the European. I love this moment too. He just bought the hotel. That's how you make people think that you just don't give a fuck, right? No.
He can't. Oh my god.
Oh, and then look who just showed up. See, and he doesn't want Rachel to see him acting like this. Just swimming. See, and just you can tell by the way he looks at her that she's always been, you know. He wants to tell her. I am more. We have more hotels for you to buy. Here's the most quotable line of the movie. Actually, that's probably the second most quotable line of the movie. It's not who you are underneath, but it's what it do. It's what you do that defines you. That's probably the most second quotable quote of the movie. The first.
That's why it's on your Facebook.
It is. It is. It's true. But the number one most quotable quote of this movie is, "Why do we fall? So that we can learn to pick ourselves back up." That's what his father says to him, and then that's what Alfred's going to say to him later.
I said it to my kids all the time.
Do you? Why do we fall?
Why do we fall?
So that we can pick ourselves.
Pick ourselves up.
I like it.
It's amazing how you never caught that.
All right, so yeah, he's pleading insanity, right? And yeah, okay, now Falcone is gonna say that he knows what Crane, Crane's really doing something. The man he's working for.
Which is.
You still don't know?
Ra's al Ghul.
What?
Is it Ra's al Ghul?
Is it? Okay, here we go.
Well, I know he comes back at the end.
Would you like to see my mask? This is the first time that we see Scarecrow. This I thought was pretty freaky when I first saw this too. Just how he's so intense. And like the mask, like when he puts it on, and there's the fear gas. So this is what he does. Whenever he wants to move a prisoner to Arkham Asylum, he plays up the whole insanity thing and gets them transferred. There, all right. There's another good shot of Batman on the edge of a building, and
always his family.
Yeah, we see Gordon's family, his wife and his child. I don't know if
not the same.
Was it the daughter or the son that we just saw there? Did we see? Because traditionally Gordon has a daughter, right? These movies, though, he has a daughter and a son, which I guess doesn't really matter. And I do like how this is where it starts, right? The relationship between Batman and Gordon.
Oh my goodness.
But
why isn't he trying to arrest him?
And he's gone. Who, Gordon? Well, because Batman just asked him. He said, all the other cops think that you're like the commissioner wants you arrested. all the other cops are worried, and Batman says, "What do you think?" And he says, "I think you're trying to help." So Gordon doesn't think that he's bad. That's why he's not trying to arrest him. Plus,
Ew.
think about
God,
it.
he's disgusting.
I love this moment. This is like one of my favorite moments of the movie. Just how angry he is.
Ew, he's got food hanging from his mouth.
Swear to me. I love that. I love when he goes, "I swear to God," and he says, "I love this. I love angry Batman." Why?
He's got amazing teeth.
Who, Bale?
Yeah.
Well, if he's playing Bruce Wayne, yeah, he's gotta have good teeth, right?
You think they'll get them whitened?
You would think.
Yeah, he's got nose whitened.
He goes, "Do I look like a cop?" See, he made him think that he was gonna just let him drop, right? But I love that. Oh, I love that. And he's gone. He's already gone. Come on, how do you not love this Batman? How do you
He's
not
not
love this?
Keaton.
You're telling me that he's not better than Keaton?
No.
Everything that you're seeing right now.
Everything I'm seeing right now, he's not better than Keaton.
Ugh. Ugh. We're just gonna have this debate forever, aren't we?
Yep.
So, Katie Holmes' boss here finds that they have that weapon that was stolen, and he gets killed. So as soon as he found out, they killed him. So clearly there are more people involved in this undertaking than we know of. There are some cops involved.
Dirty cops.
Dirty cops, yeah. Okay, and here's the moment that became one of the biggest memes back when Game of Thrones was probably
Let's see, I wouldn't know that.
probably around season 3 or 4 of Game of Thrones. This meme was going around like crazy. This little kid.
Oh, he's a little bastard.
He ends up
Game of
being
Thrones.
like one of the most
He's the
horrible
prince.
characters. Yes.
Ask me how I know that.
How Joffrey? How do you know about Joffrey?
He looks like a prick.
He's such an asshole on the show. Oh, I hated his guts.
Didn't he lose an arm?
Did he lose an arm on the show?
Yeah.
No, you're thinking of Jaime Lannister. Jaime Lannister is the one that was having sex with his sister and then throws the kid out the window. That
He lost an arm?
later on, like season 2, I think he lost his arm. But then
It's disgusting. He was in Mama.
Mom, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
He was he was the dad.
was he? Oh, it's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Or the uncle. Because they were twin brothers.
I remember him in that movie, The Other Woman. Don't ask me why I remember that.
He's...
Okay, this guy has to take a leak. I thought this part was funny.
Imagine if his
Because he see
dick caught
Batman
fire.
Batman just knocks him out as he's peeing, so that means his dick is flopping out as he's knocked out. Just
Or
is he still peeing as he's
it
like
could have
laid up?
gotten cut off by one of those shards of glass from the mirror.
Now Batman getting struck with the fear gas is a pretty trippy thing, right?
But he knows how to handle it.
Well, this is a much stronger dosage than what he had at the it just lit him on fire. Holy fuck. See, and this is all real. This is all practical effects. No CGI. They really lit somebody on fire and he jumped out of the window. That's fucking awesome.
So if he wants to argue about the lighting,
Yeah.
he can argue about the lighting.
I mean, as much as I love Christian Bale as an actor, that rant that he did on the set of Terminator Salvation when he shit all over that lighting guy is one of the funniest things. I mean, I almost know that whole thing word for word because I've listened to it so many times. Christian Bale,
He's still smoking.
he is smoking. Then he calls Alfred. See, so now he's like, everything's coming back, right? Yeah, this fear gas was like 10 times worse than whatever he had before. I mean, look at him. He's fucking tweaking in the backseat of Alfred's car. See, and look how like scared Alfred is to see this. This is why I love this Alfred, right? The other Alfred would just be like, "Oh, well, good luck to you, sir." 2 days. Wow. That it's his birthday. It's Batman's birthday. What's the date? February 11th, I think. I think that's his comic book birthday. I don't know if that's. See, he said he felt the effects before, but it's a lot stronger now.
I want to find out when his birthday is now.
I'm pretty sure it's February 11th. Although
Siri, when's Batman's birthday?
I found this on the web.
It says March.
I'm pretty sure it's February. Mind you, it also depends on which story. There's different stories where his birthday is probably on different. Yeah, I can look it up.
It's not important. If you
Okay.
got
Yeah,
comments,
yeah. Anyone in the comments below, if you have a source or a story that's mentioned with the date of Batman's birthday, I'm pretty sure it's February. Tina thinks it's in March, or she looked it up and it says March. Let me know in the comments below. Am I wrong, or am I right? Rachel just showed up to give him a birthday present.
he just came too.
Yeah. Yeah. See, she has no idea that he's actually trying to do the same thing she is.
Yeah, it says March 30th.
Look at what she gave him. Finders keeper. She gave him the same thing that he gave to her when they were kids, when they were playing around in that garden. He found that and he gave it to her, and she basically just showed that she has kept it all these years. See, sometimes the more sentimental, um, from the heart. She spent no money on that gift, but sometimes that meant the most. I do love this entrance to the Batcave, this elevator. That's very cool. Very, very cool.
And he got everything to work on his own.
Yeah, he did.
He's got no slippers.
No, well, he's jumping right into the suit. Look at that too. That's cool. It's a pretty cool suit. I know it's just black on black. It's not very colorful, but it's fine. All right, so here's the part where Rutger Hauer fires Lucius Fox. Because he's a dick, basically.
Is he the bad guy?
Who, Rutger Hauer? I mean, he's not the bad guy. He's just...
One of them?
Didn't you get the memo? He's a dick.
You can't fire him because Wayne won't let him.
Well, you'll see how this ends. So, like, Rutger Hauer, he's not like the bad guy. He's just somebody who's kind of trying to take over the company, like, sort of secretly, underhandedly on his own. So yeah, now you have Falcone talking about Scarecrow, and he's crazy in Arkham. This is the second time. Well, no, the third time that we've seen Arkham Asylum in a movie. First time was Batman Forever. Second time was Batman and Robin, if you can believe that. Third time is Batman Begins. This one though obviously looks more like a psych hospital. Wouldn't it be cool if we just saw like Dr. Harleen Quinzel walking around? That would be cool, but
That would be cool.
that might be too much of an Easter
Yeah.
egg. People would lose their minds.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. It does make me wonder though if Heath Ledger had stayed alive, because the original plan, well, the original plan was for him to be in Dark Knight Rises. That's why they kept him alive. That's why they keep him alive, because he was supposed to come back and play. So I wonder if there was going to be a thing where like a Harley Quinn like character was going to maybe help him break out in the third movie, and then we were going to see some of that. Maybe we'll never know because they had to rewrite the whole script when Ledger died. So as good as Rises was, Rises would have been a lot different if Heath Ledger was still alive. Oh, and here we go. He is going to show her everything. What they're doing, what they're planning. He's like, you want to know so bad? All right, well, here you go. We are dumping this toxins into the water supply. All these criminals are doing it. Look at this. Look at, they're making the drug, or the drugs. They're dumping it. They've been doing it for I think weeks or months already. See, and he doesn't chase her because he already knows that he's locked the elevator, so she can't go anywhere. And believe it or not, this is the only live action movie that has Scarecrow in it. Well, no, not the only one.
He looks a lot like the.
He does show up as. Yeah, I know. I
Maggots.
guess she's afraid of maggots. Yeah, I don't know.
Who isn't?
Well, true. I shouldn't say this is the only one because actually Cillian Murphy, comes back in the other movies just in small parts. But
Did he just steal his mask?
No, he just took it off because the lights shut off. It's true. They've been dumping the toxins into the water for a while now, so. This is a very cool scene too, the way how Batman.
Man too.
Huh? Oh yeah, I know that.
They don't even have names. They're not important. They're just
yes,
die.
We're watching the movie with subtitles so that the audio doesn't play over. And yes, the subtitles describes these guys as Man 1, Man 2, Man 3. I mean, why bother calling them Jimmy, right? Or Scott? Because they're literally about to get taken out. Boom, look at this. See, oh,
he just shot him.
Well, no, the other guy shot. Batman just pointed the gun down. You know what I mean? Okay, so I love that shot when he takes the guy and brings him up into like.
He looks like he's wearing a dirty underwear, like old middle-aged.
He looks like he's wearing Finstock's mask.
Or medieval underwear on his face.
Medieval underwear. Oh, he sprayed Crane with his own toxins. Watch what Crane sees. This is pretty freaky.
Oh my god.
That's pretty freaky. Looked like that black goo coming out of his mouth. See, he's saying he's working for Ra's al Ghul. Batman says Ra's al Ghul is dead. Dr. Crane isn't here right now. If you'd like to place a message, I'll make an appointment.
He's scared shitless.
Yeah. All right. So here are the cops. They're all after Batman. This is very much like a scene from Batman Year One, where Batman is trapped in an apartment, like in like a warehouse type thing. And
dirty cop.
Right. And the cops are all surrounding the building to try to get at Batman.
Why wouldn't you just say that he's a dirty cop?
Why wouldn't who say?
Batman say that he's a dirty cop.
Well, because first of all, there's too many dirty cops to just single out one. Second of all, Batman has a lot more bigger fish to fry right now. I do like though how Gordon just sort of like went in on his own, and he's
Has no regard for his family at all. No wonder why his wife smacked him.
what in the second movie? Well, hey, when you're a cop, I guess putting your life on the line is just part of the job. I do like how boom, Batman just came down and grabbed him. They can't help her, but he can. That's right. Batman can take her back to his place. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's hearing the bats. He mentioned somebody worse than Falcone. This also is a scene from Batman Year One, where where all the bats come in, like
How
that.
did he even get that to happen?
You'll see.
Is it like an Ant-Man? Right?
No, where he can like talk to them. No.
And how did he get this to happen?
You'll see. Hold on. I don't want to just give it away here. It's very cool though.
Damn it! Don't you know by now? I want it spoiled for me.
Okay, he has a device.
No, don't tell me.
Okay. Well, he just told me to tell you.
What's wrong with you?
See, he has a device right there. Like a siren that only they can hear. See, and they're following it, and he's also gonna use that too to get out of there. Very cool. I love that shot. I love the shots of just him with the cape out like that. And that's how Gordon's able to get out with. Here's all the inmates at Arkham. They're like, all right. He needs a ride. Oh, this is great. Oh, shit. It's a black tank. This is a very cool scene. We have the police chase through Gotham. I remember this being like one of my favorite scenes.
They're all chasing the wrong people. That's wrong with today's society.
Yeah, well, the problem was that vigilantism is still against the law. I know.
Because it's such a big problem in today's society. What the hell is that helicopter gonna do?
Look at this guy checking his drink. That looks like the same parking lot from Dark Knight, but it's probably not.
Uh-oh.
Just forced his way in there. Now, this is cool. It looks like he's surrounded, right? So there is a weapon system. He doesn't use it to kill anybody. He doesn't use that to like shoot and kill people like Michael Keaton Batman or Ben Affleck Batman would, right? He just uses it to
Escape.
Yeah. And he's driving on rooftops. Look at that.
And no one's gonna know that's from Wayne Enterprises.
The tank? Well, because it's a military prototype that was never used, like, like never like sanctioned and put out there.
Have any
Well,
knowledge of it because it's classified.
Well, right. I mean, for the most part, there is somebody in the second Dark Knight movie who does figure it out and does try to blackmail Bruce Wayne.
I remember that.
So I mean.
And you want to blackmail him?
Right. Right. So, I mean, but most likely, yeah. Like, not everybody's gonna know what this is. Never mind. And she's tripping on mushrooms.
Acid. She's probably having a heart attack.
Pretty
God
much.
knows what she sees.
Oh, nice. Oh. Hopefully he was wearing his seatbelt.
All because they're not going after the right people.
I mean, well, that's why this is why Crane told them to call the cops, because he knew that the cops would be all over Batman. Do you like the Tumbler? Even though it's not a traditional Batmobile.
It's not the Batmobile. I like the concept and everything and the origin and whatnot.
Like where it came from.
But I love the Batmobile.
Right, because I think traditionally, well, we just watched an episode not that long ago of the animated series where they explained how he gets the Batmobile, right? Like somebody, some car engineer guy makes it for him.
Yeah.
But I think there's other versions where like Alfred makes it for him or something. But I like this explanation of it. Oh, she's fading. I love this entrance to the Batcave though. Whee! Right through the waterfall. I love that the waterfall is the entrance. And I love that tank really drives. Like, I've watched behind the scenes videos of, there you go, Lucius Fox made the antidote. Because, they asked him for extra ones just in case it ever happens again, right? So see, yeah, they've been doing this for weeks. So yeah, this is a way to wake up, right?
Sergeant. It's so
he's
weird.
He's a sergeant.
He's
nope. He doesn't become commissioner until the second movie. I like how he just like knocked her out. And then one of the very few moments where we see him take off his cowl, he desperately wants to tell her what he's doing.
He's gonna eventually.
Does he?
Or she finds out.
Does she? I do like this moment where Alfred tries to call him out on this. Damn good television. See, I like this conversation that they're having.
What are they getting ready for?
Oh, it's his birthday, so he's having a birthday get together with a bunch of rich people downstairs. What's your father's name? Me? It's his birthday. I mean, like, I bet you he doesn't really know any of these people, right? Like, they're all just kind of socialites.
Oh, what the hell is he doing there?
See, I think Bruce Wayne knows that there's something up with him. You think this was Bill Cosby? Back in the
What
day.
did he say?
He goes, she's a bit worse from the wear, I'm afraid. Like, because it looks like he's bringing an unconscious woman in the backseat of his car, which he is, but he's trying to say, like, oh, it's just because she's drunk. I'm not, don't worry, I'm not trying to rape her or anything.
It's terrible.
How many times do you think Bill Cosby had to do that? Unless she had a microwave emitter, which is why it was stolen. So all the toxins that they were putting into the water, that microwave emitter will. Yeah, basically that's him telling him, like, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not fired. Oh, am I pronouncing this right? Mr. Raz Al Ghul? Uh-oh, what? That's not even the same. No. Right, so is Ra's al Ghul immortal? Like in the cartoon, right? There's the reveal. So so Nolan's explanation of Ra's al Ghul, he's not really immortal, right? He doesn't have a Lazarus pit like in the comics, but he he stays alive for as long as he has because he never reveals who he really is. He always has a decoy. Again, a realistic version of, you know. And I like this scene because this shows that Bruce Wayne is completely selfless. He would rather make himself look like an idiot instead of just letting these people potentially get killed, right? And plus, he's really good about this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like
he's
this.
tarnishing his dad's name.
Well, right, but he's doing it to get them to leave. Well, little do you know, you just saved your fucking ass. Yeah, we saw these guys earlier. See, so he's saying your antics at the asylum. So Crane was working for him. This whole thing about vaporizing the water to release the toxins and to have Gotham destroy itself, that's all his plan.
But he wanted to save Gotham.
Well,
So now he's
their
just gonna help
idea
destroy it.
well, their ideas of saving Gotham are different, right? So Bruce Wayne wants to save Gotham by actually going out there and stopping criminals, right? And doing things the right way, you know. Ra's al Ghul thinks that Gotham is too far gone. It's too corrupted. It's too many criminals. It's too much bad that we just need to destroy the city and start over. That's how Ra's thinks he's saving Gotham. So it's just they both want the same things, but just very different ways of doing it. You know.
He's Hitler.
And yeah, essentially. We just saw a quick cameo of Victor Zsasz. Victor Zsasz is a criminal that's never really been highlighted in the movies or cartoons because he's really dark. He's a serial killer who kills people, and for every person he kills, he cuts himself. So that's
sick shit.
this is him right here. See, and you see cuts on his. You see his cuts on his neck. That's how we know that's Victor Zsasz. And now these corrupted cops are telling him it's time to. They're releasing all the criminals. This is what Ra's al Ghul wants. He wants chaos. He wants. He should be you staying by my side. Save. See, he thinks he's saving the world. I would say the best villains are the villains who don't think that they're bad guys. They think that they're doing the right thing, right? You have Ra's al Ghul, you have Thanos, you have Killmonger, people who think that like what they're doing is right and that
Setting his house on fire.
he is. I mean, well, you know why he's doing that, right?
No.
All right, watch.
The only pictures of them that he's got.
I don't know. I don't know if he.
They were socialized, so they probably.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he'll be able to. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be able to get those pictures back. But it is burning down, like Alfred said earlier, a house that's been in his family's generations for. Mind your surroundings. Oh, see, he said you burned my house and left me for dead. Consider us even. So that's why he's burning his house down. And this is them, these dirty cops.
Why become a cop?
Well,
if you're just gonna.
Well, it sucks, right? You probably become a cop because you think you start off wanting to do the right thing, but then when you see how many other people are corrupted, when you see how many other people are bad, when your pay is shit, and then you get offered more money to do all this other stuff, and you probably have to justify it and say like, oh yeah, well I'll just do it this once, or I'll just, I'll just do, and then it just kind of probably builds up and builds up. I assume. You ever see Training Day?
No.
Denzel Washington's character, he was a crooked cop, but
Was he?
oh, I gotta show you Training Day. Yeah, he won the Oscar for that movie. Great movie. Oh, it pains me to see Wayne Manor burnt down to the ground like this. Nice. Alfred getting physical.
Oh no.
See, this is why I say this Alfred's more proactive than any other Alfred. I love what he says to him. Ready? No, Bruce Wayne's like, "What, motherfucker?" I can lift this damn log. Come on, you have to like the dynamic between them. You know, like. Uh, uh, Wayne Manor. It's terrible. And think about it. This is a reboot, so this is the first movie in this series, and they've already burned down Wayne Manor. Why do we fall? So that we can learn. Pick ourselves back up. That's what his father said to him. You've never given up on me. Never. Ah, had you not loved it, Don? Come on. This is what you want to see from Alfred. You know? Look at that. A cop almost killed a black guy. We've never seen that before.
She was just poisoned, for Christ's sake.
I know, but she's gotten the antidote, so she's not going to she can't get poisoned again. Like, you know what I mean? Like when here we go. This is Ra's al Ghul and his men. And like, this is the Narrows. This is like the shitty part of Gotham, right? Like, look how this is.
It looks shitty.
Yeah, because obviously, like, once you get to the Dark Knight, we don't really spend as much time in the Narrows. We spend more time in like the city. But this is like the shitty, run-down part of Gotham. There's Joffrey. That's fucked up. I don't know why I found that funny. Maybe it's because he's Joffrey. He's clearly a yeah, he's clearly a cop. It's fear. Oh, panic. Fuck, I got that wrong. So okay, here we go. So now all of the water that was contaminated is being vaporized into the toxins.
Oh, it's terrible.
It is.
But he can't.
Well, he has a mask. He waited long enough to put it on, but yeah. And so yeah, we're you're gonna see what like different people see under the gas. Yeah, so this kid's bugging out. Gordon just stuck himself with the antidote.
Because once you get the antidote, you can't. You're safe.
Yeah, well, that's why Rachel's not being affected by it, and that's why Batman won't be affected by it. Like, he's about to kill these kids. But see, that's what's gonna be going on. This is what Ra's al Ghul wants. He's gonna have them all like basically kill each other, right? And then start over. We have to have at least one scene in these Batman movies where we see him suit up, right? Has the gadgets. So we don't get a bat plane until the third movie. I don't know if you remember what the bat plane looks like, at least in this world.
I was gonna say I remember him taking the balloons.
Right. Why didn't you tell me he had one of those things?
Like,
Bob?
Bob.
Gun. Poor Bob.
He's a bad guy.
Well, I know, but he was his loyal best friend. Okay, here's Scarecrow on a horse for some reason. I don't know why Scarecrow has a horse, but why not? Is that horse contaminated with gas too? Is that horse tweaking out? See, yeah. So the plan is that they're putting the microwave emitter on this train, and then so once it gets close to this building, it's gonna affect all of the water in the whole city, right? We're gonna see Commissioner going to drive the Batmobile. I love this. I love also that this Gordon is
The tumbler.
sorry, the tumbler. Yes, look at this. He's seeing this horse blow out fire. That's pretty cool though. Some people were upset that like Scarecrow was taken out too easily by Rachel. But to be fair, we're gonna see him again in the next movie, and the movie after that. So it's not like it's the end of him. Okay, here we go.
Spoiler alert.
Victor Zsasz. Sorry, well that's the last time we see him in this movie. Victor Zsasz. I kind of wish we got a movie with Victor Zsasz because I feel like it would be really like messed up. It might have to be rated R. There we go. Batman just took him out. In the video games, the Arkham video games, they have all of these tapes with each villain, right? And each tape is like talks about their backstory and the villain, the villain's psyche. And Victor Zsasz has a really messed up set of tapes where he talks about like why he's obsessed with cutting himself with these people and stuff. Here's our moment. He tells her without telling her, right? Well, it's what I do that defines me. Imagine if she forgot telling him that. She's like, what? What are you talking about? What does that mean? And then this is what everybody is seeing. Yeah. He looks like a giant demon bat or something. Look at that. I like the way there's a lot of Batman crouching in this movie, and I like it. Like when he's like that. Yeah, this is Ra's al Ghul's first time seeing him as Batman. Oh, I love it. I love Batman's tactic of how he fights these people. Like he just kind of. Now this must be trippy, right? But don't you love how like Gordon actually feels like he is a part of the story? You could argue that this is why Nolan never wanted Robin in these movies, is because he'd rather Batman work with Gordon. Yeah, which makes sense, I mean,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is
technically we get a version of Robin, sure, in the third movie, but it makes you wonder, right? Because Nolan never really wanted a Robin in these movies. It makes you wonder though, when they rewrote Dark Knight Rises, did he just add Robin just because, or was that always the plan? I don't know. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt is not Dick Grayson, so I mean, he found his way to have a Robin, but not like the Robin, And this is it looks like a panel from a comic book where the city is being infected by Scarecrow's fear toxins, and all of the people are hoarding up on Batman like zombies almost. So like Nolan clearly he's read comic books, and there's a lot of things that he put in here. Yeah. See, the closer it gets to each block, more and more water is being vaporized.
Oh my goodness.
Gotham would be a really shit place to live in, wouldn't it? Like, I mean,
Yeah. It's like Dorchester.
oh,
I'm assuming, anyway.
you're assuming.
Or Roxbury.
Yeah, those aren't areas that you just kind of want to hang out in.
No.
So I love Crouching Batman. He does it so many times in this movie. I love it. And here we go. We get a one-on-one fight here. Gordon.
He's gonna kill him.
Who? Batman kills Ra's?
Yes, he dies.
Why do you say that?
Because he dreams about him in the other movies.
Okay, but you think Batman kills him? That's the question, right? Does he kill him? Now, you know, some people are going to call bullshit. Some people are going to say that he does kill him. I don't think he does. I just think that he doesn't.
It's an accidental death.
It's not an accident. No. You'll see. Clearly, you don't remember.
No, I don't remember. I've seen this movie once.
Well, now this is twice. You've only seen this once? Why? You didn't care to like rewatch it?
It's been like 15 years.
Okay, but did you not like it enough to rewatch it in that time? Is what I mean.
I don't know.
Rewatching it now, do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Is it too serious for you?
Is it too serious as he's like, ah?
Well, yeah, I mean, I like how the black guy comes up to the car and says, "Ooh, nice ride."
Like he's gonna check the
Right, yeah.
That's racist.
A little bit. He's like, whoa. Now, you know, Gordon's aiming for the... Right. Gordon's aiming for the bridge. Of course, you know, this isn't... There you go, he got it. Oh, he didn't get it. He's not trying to stop the train. There you go. That's what he wanted. See, stop.
How many people are you gonna kill?
Well, there's nobody on the train, I don't think.
But there's people
on the train
below the bridge.
Is there? Oh, yeah. There's nobody there. See, Ra's al Ghul is telling him, "Are you gonna kill me?" So he won't kill him, but he's not gonna save him. See you later. So is that killing him?
Yes, it is killing him.
Is it? He left him there. Although some people said though that, well, we don't see the dead body, we don't see him die. I think that's why they played with it in Dark Knight Rises a little bit about like whether or not he was going to come back and be alive.
He did kill him.
Did he?
Yes.
And then the train blows up, of course. So yes, in fact, Ra's al Ghul does die right there. But why? Why you say that? That's a...
Because he could have saved him and he didn't. And he basically just said, "I'm not going to be the one that kills you, and I'm not going to stop you from being killed."
Okay.
Basically doing the
Is
job
it?
yourself.
Is it? Plus, you gotta remember, this is his first few months being Batman compared to when he's in the Dark Knight. And so at that point in the Dark Knight, he's been Batman for like over a year, almost 2 years.
So your reasoning for liking Christian Bale the best, that he doesn't kill anybody,
right? Which he doesn't.
Just
he doesn't.
collapsed.
No, he doesn't.
He did.
He doesn't kill anybody.
He just did.
He didn't save him. He didn't kill him. Ra's al Ghul could have easily have found a way to get off that train and survive.
How?
He could have, he could have, yeah.
He killed him.
Drunken billionaire burns down home. That's the headline. And he's willing to have that image if it meant he saved those people in that house. See, that's the difference. Plus, that's not the only reason why I like Christian Bale. See, so he's...
What? He just bought what?
He bought the majority shares in the company. See, he's basically saying, I just fired you, and now Lucius has your job. Didn't you get the memo? Fuck you. Yeah, I like it. So yes, now she knows that he was Batman. Awkward. But true things. See, that stuck with him. Which, people don't give the Rachel character enough credit for why this Batman doesn't use guns and doesn't kill people. Oh, ooh. There it is. There's the kiss. Their first and only kiss. At least in this movie. They do kiss once in the second movie.
Stop spoiling it, man.
You've seen it. Stop it. And she said, but then I found out about your mask. And she said, no. Which is another thing that I like about the Nolan Batman movies. We recognize that Batman is the real him, right? The Bruce Wayne persona that she saw that night with those two girls, that's his mask. So this is what gives him hope for in the second movie, where even though she's dating Harvey Dent, he thinks that, well, if he saves the city and doesn't have to be Batman anymore, that she'll still be there for him. That conversation is why he believes that. And this also explains why in The Dark Knight he's living in that penthouse. And it's not till the third movie where they rebuild the mansion. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't.
You don't. See, he says he's going to rebuild it.
Sad.
And Alfred says, just the way it was? They might make some changes. So that's why the second movie, we don't have the mansion yet. It's still being rebuilt. And then the third movie is where it's rebuilt, but it looks different because they've changed it a little bit, but it's essentially the mansion. Nice. There's the bat signal. First time. It's Lieutenant now. He just became Lieutenant. The Narrows is lost. See? Scarecrow's still out there. Other criminals are out there. Escalation. Oh, I love this. This might be one of the best setups to a sequel ever. Take this guy. Oh, when I first saw this, I lost my mind. Yes. Yes. I'll look into it. Yes. I went nuts. I was like, oh, I cannot wait for this next movie just from that scene. I was like, we're getting the Joker next. Woo! And he says, I never said thank you. Batman says, you'll never have to. See? We have to thank Christopher Nolan. We have to thank his brother, Jonathan Nolan, for writing this movie. We have to thank them for getting the relationships, you know? I know some people are like, oh, it's not comic book Batman, but it's like, well, it doesn't have to be like word for word comic book Batman. It's what the characters are about, you know? It's what the characters mean to each other, and I think that's what they got right. You see how important Gordon is to Batman, how important Batman is to Gordon. Then you see how important Alfred is. You see how important the death of his parents shaped everything. You see how important his training with Ra's was. You see just everything, you know? Lucius Fox, how important all of that is. I love this movie. I do. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope you can appreciate.
He killed him.
No, he did not. He just didn't save him.
Comment below.
Comment below. Oh, yes. It says, okay, fine. Hey, guys, let us know. Who do you think is right? Is Talking Tina right? Did Batman kill Ra's al Ghul in this movie? Or do you think that I'm right and that he didn't kill him, he just didn't save him?
Which is killing him.
Is there a difference? For example, if I walk along the street and if I see a guy with a gun about to shoot somebody, if I don't interfere, am I killing that person? Or did I just, you know, like...
If you don't call the cops, you're basically killing that person.
Well, I mean, but the damage will already be done by the time all that happens.
You have to try to do something.
Okay, fine. Bad example. All right, fine. What if, you know, see Ken Watanabe, he was the fake Ra's al Ghul. But, okay, fine. So anyways, let us know who you think is right. Did Batman kill Ra's al Ghul, or did he not kill him? Was Raz's own actions... Did that lead to his death? Was that his own undoing? Or if you do think that there was something to that, do you give Batman a break because it was his rookie year, right? It was his first year. Obviously, when we get to The Dark Knight, we see that Batman does not let the Joker die. There's so many points where he could have let Joker fall or let him die, and he doesn't.
Just like...
Even though Michael Keaton lets Jack Nicholson fall and die.
No,
in fact, no, that's true. And Batman caused that to happen. That's why that Batman killed Joker, right? Because that Batman shot that thing to wrap around his leg and to be connected to the gargoyle. Batman did that. This Batman didn't do anything to Ra's al Ghul to like put him in that situation. Ra's was the one who, you know. So that's the difference. See, I just defended my argument once again.
He killed him. Batman,
Christian Bale's Batman is not a killer.
Yes, he is.
He's not a killer.
Yes,
Michael Keaton's Batman is a killer. Ben Affleck's Batman is a killer. So there you go. All right. Let us know if you enjoyed this commentary, if you want to see more, hear more, what other movies do you want us to do next? We may or may not do The Dark Knight next. We shall see. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.